G'day, welcome to the show. Soul Covers here. We are back. It is Tuesday, the 12th of August, and it has been a very interesting last 2 days for me. Sunday we have our worst ever day in the WNBA. Might even be my worst day across WNBA and NBA. I'll have to double check that. And then we follow it up with my best day in the WNBA. For content purposes, it was a 5 unit play, but it was the biggest bet I've ever placed, and yeah, glad we cashed that one. Before I go any further, make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Go follow me on Twitter as well, and some really exciting news. I've partnered up with Edge Zone. They're going to be creating a new Discord community for myself and a lot of other like-minded handicappers across MMA, college football, number of other bits and pieces. So that's very exciting. And they also do a podcast as well. And I was lucky enough to be their first guest. So I'll drop a link to that in the description of this channel, of this video. Make sure you go check that out. Go support them. I'm really excited to see what's coming up with them. And yeah, let's look back. Let's talk about Sunday, bloody Sunday. We go 0-6. 0-6. But you know what? Like I'd place all of those bets in red. I'd place them every single time. Every single time. I'd place a Liberty -2.5 that closes at 4. A Dallas -2.5 closes at 4.5. Parlay, doing a same game parlay where you get closing line value on both sides. I'd place that again. Storm -3.5 closes at 5. Would place that again. Sun Aces under 167.5. That's where it closed at 167.5. But my numbers certainly like the under there. So I'm happy to live with the results as long as we continue to get ahead of the market, and really happy with the way that the Sun and Valkyries total played out. We bet 5 units on the under 166.5. That closes at 154.5. That game finishes at 131. So a very nice sweat-free bet. Love to see that. And yeah, as for today, we've got 2 bets locked in. One of them, we've already got a great price on it. You're not going to see that price again. I wish I got more down on that one. And then there is another one where absolutely still playable as of recording. So we'll jump into that. Really excited to get back in the green. Obviously, August has not been great to us. We still have, just under 3 weeks to go in August. So plenty of time to turn this around into a winning month. And as long as we continue to beat the market, we're going to have a winning month. So let's hop into it.
One pair of pants later.
Okay, so first game on the card is the Dallas Wings playing the Fever on the road. So we saw this spread open at 5.5 to the Fever, and now all the way out to 7.5. So definitely looking like an early Fever market. We saw the sharp books open at Fever -7. I've just seen Circa just move to -8. So definitely some Fever action entering the market. I make this Fever -7. So about where I would price this game. Obviously the Fever dealing with some injuries, a few of the point guards out for the season. Caitlin Clark not playing this game as well. Paige Beckers is probable for this game. I would expect her to play. So I personally don't want either side of this matchup. This is a lot of points for the Fever going up against a Dallas team that they've been playing better, even though they got smacked around by the Mystics in their last game. They have been playing better. Where I do have my action is on the over. So we're holding a really strong ticket in this one. Over 165.5. Got that down for 1.5 units. Seeing this total now at 171.5. That's really nice to see. you're coming into this slate with nothing, I am sorry, this total is completely priced out. I would not go ahead and take the over now. I've got it right at 171 as well. So, yeah, I mean, we've got a Dallas team, second best over team in the league. We've got the Fever, second fastest pace team in the league. They've been playing really fast since the All-Star break as well. So, we do like the over at that opening price. Now, not so much. Let's move on to the Sparks and the Liberty. So, Sparks playing the third game in 4 nights. Coming off a very nice emotional win against the Seattle Storm. They've played 2 straight, like really awesome games against them. So very not a great spot here for the Sparks playing the third game in 4 nights. However, it's not a great spot for the Liberty either. They're dealing with some injuries. Still, Brianna Stewart's still out. Niara Sabli still out. Isabel Harrison's still out. So yeah, a bit of injury concerns for the Liberty. Looking at the spread, opened at around 3.5. Hasn't really moved. We do see some sharp books have this game at Liberty -4. I've got this at Liberty -3. However, I certainly agree with the movement towards the Liberty. I would much prefer to take the Liberty as the side in this one, especially coming off an emotional win there. We saw the total, so I don't have anything here on the total. Where I do have a bet is on the over. However, I picked up the over 176.5, got that down for 1.5 units, and after I placed that bet, I was feeling pretty good about it. We were seeing some 178 start to pop up, 178.5, and very recently this market has came crashing down. 175.5 seems to be the consensus best price or consensus market, so looks like a lot of under action entering the market. We see Pinnacle at 175, so here I am holding a ticket that's behind the market. So I've got 1.5 units down on that. I make this 179. Given the market direction, if you're just coming into the slate with nothing, I still do like the over. It could certainly go back the other way. We do see these WNBA markets bounce up and down quite a bit. However, I mean, as of recording right now, I would say like the over is more of like a 1 unit play, half a unit play. Just given that the market has came crashing down towards the under, so just keep that in mind. I'm not too fast. Like we'll see where this one closes at. But yeah, you can pick up 175.5. There might even be some 175s available. Yep, there's a 175 at FanDuel. That's a great price, but yeah, given the market direction, obviously bankroll management, I hope that's what you're doing. If you are watching this channel, you're not just throwing all your money away placing bets. But yeah, I'd still say this is like a half unit, 1 unit play. I do like the over. Maybe we might not get any closing line value. Maybe it'll close at 176.5, but yeah, I'm not too fussed as of right now. I make it 179. Looking at teams where they are playing the third game in 4 nights, the over does hit at a 55% clip. So 56 actually. So that's really nice to see there. The team playing 3 and 4 nights also covers at 55%, and this is almost 100 game sample size. So that's interesting to look at. Obviously, there are other factors in play. I wouldn't go just blindly following that trend, but that is nice to see there. Let's have a look at our best bets for this episode. We're not over there. Here we go. Where we've got 2 best bets. We're playing the over in both of these games. I wish I had a lot more down on that Dallas, Indiana over 165.5. Got that down for 1.5 units, but looking where the market is right now, 171.5. That's a great price. And yeah, we're a little bit behind the market on the Sparks and Liberty over 176.5. You can get 175 at FanDuel. I definitely wouldn't be playing 1.5 units on that. It'd be more like a half unit or a 1 unit play there, just given where the market currently is. As always, appreciate all the support. The channel continues to grow. Make sure you like the video, support the channel any way you can. Until next time, let's get the book salty!